Hey guys, Lil here, and I am here to basically show you a mod, aka mod showcase, in today's video. Now, just to clarify first, the humming that you hear that is in the background of the video. It is due to my new GPU that I have, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make it a little more quieter for you don't hear that humming. So, let's just kind of get right into it. So, as you guys probably know, I'm going to show you guys a mod called Simply Jetpacks, as you guys probably would know from the comment section or the name of the video. And once it's an easier way to get jetpacks and all that stuff, and you don't requires you to go through like 1,000 of different blocks and anything of the sorts. It's practically simpler, and you could probably get your first jetpack within like whenever you get a certain object, which I was going to show you in a little while. So this mod does require thermal expansion, so you guys should probably get worried about that. But that's practically the only other mods that it really needs, except for Forge. But that's you have to have Forge in order to do anything else. So let's get started, shall we? So when you go down to here, of course, you have to go to Simply Jetpacks within the mod item. In the mod item, if I find it, since it's like so simply a jetpack, my mind cannot handle the simplestness of this mod. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to probably going to get is like the first one you may get, which I kind of recommend you guys avoid, is this Cerberus jetpack. It doesn't seem to be able to start. Maybe if I try hard enough. Note, flying potatoes are deadly in practice. Let's see what goes on in using this thing. So as you see, it actually acts like a different thing in behind you. For me, I have a texture pack on, which kind of makes things a bit different, I believe. I'm not sure, but simply, it doesn't work. But it does work, and it kills you right away. But that is basically your first one. You don't want to use that at all because of that reason. So let me move on to the second one, basically, which you'll probably head off to end up using that first. So the first one is a Leadstone energy pack. To be able to create all of these jetpacks, you have to start with the Leadstone jetpack. So let's kind of let's take the look at these. So first of all, of course, you have to have a some sort of power source, which is the Leadstone flux capacitor, which is from thermal expansion, which you need to actually use this mod. So of course you need 4 lead ingots and 4 Leadstone thrusters, which in turns you also need a leather strap, which a leather strap is like so. But these Leadstone thrusters, they require 2 steam dynamos each, so that's a total of 4 item ducts, 4 more Leadstone, those, so requires a couple gold ingots. It's pretty expensive, but it's kind of worth having, since it's cheaper than using the IC2 one. So, and it's much faster to get than IC2 because you don't have to do different blocks just to get one jetpack. So the next thing is how to of course you have all these other ones. I'm going to show you guys how to work it on the very easy ones, on the very earliest ones. So to activate it, you need to press F to activate it. So you have a jetpack energy bar basically at the very top, shows you how much energy you have left. Right now I have 100% because I have it already charged and everything of the sorts. So just by activating is by holding it up. I know that this is kind of slow, and you have a little fire coming out of your rear end right there. See, I'm putting it. but you don't take any falling damage no matter what you do, as long as you land softly. Now, let's say if you drop from here down, you are going to lose hearts. So you have to, actually, land kind of softly to, not take damage. So there you go. Now there's also a hover mode, which by default, if you press C, you will hover, kinda. And it kind of gets you have a better hovering mode later on, and when you get to the better jetpacks. So it does take pretty much a good amount of energy, but you're not going to hover, but you're going to hover pretty much better than if you were, doing this, because you're going to keep hearing, you're going to hear you click your spacebar so much just to go up, or anything of the sorts. And also, as you see, with that little time, I have only 21% energy left. So let's head off to the next one, shall we? Get that away from me. And there's also a hardened jetpack, which is of course better than the other one, and it's supposed to last a bit longer. As you see, if I press C here, you fall down a little slower. And as you see here, when you go over and press shift on it, it will show you energy usage RF per tick, which the uses on it will be basically like so. And it seems like you need a slow TS construct. I forgot about that mod. But if I click on the recipe mode for it, it does require, or you can. It doesn't look like it really requires it. You just have to have another strap for making a new one. But it requires a hardened flux capacitor, which the flux capacitor has to have the leadstone on it. It basically builds up. So I think the hardened one will be probably your best bet for your jetpacks that you're going to use, because if you just go for that one, first of all, it is cheaper, but it doesn't last very long. It's better than the potato one. It's better than the potato one, but it requires a couple invar ingots, and that just basically is combustion dynamo. It kind of builds up in dynamos, so you also need a couple of blocks to inject the type of aqueduct. I think it doesn't matter. Looks like it may do, but once again, this is supposed to be much more powerful, and let me see if I can get rid of the health mode. Yep, you kind of go a bit faster than you are. You still have the flame come out of your butt. But let's see what's on to the next one. Let's see how powerful this one is. Forgot. I was lying. But anyways, if I press that, and this is the redstone infused, I believe it is. Yeah, redstone jetpack, which recipe's right here. It requires electrum ingots with redstone thrusters, which is reactant dynamo, which, if you guys don't know that, you guys should go check that out in my mod review on thermal expansion. So yeah, and it actually requires some transparent redstone energy conduits. So or the redstone energy conduits, but it's emptied. What? But then your electrum and the standard stuff right here in the center, invar ingot, that cool stuff. And as you see, it makes you descent much slower, and it actually requires less you have at least more energy. So you go up way faster than you would have with the other jetpacks. It's basically like a tier up, basically. Oh my gosh, I'm falling down. I'm safe. Now off to the very last one, which is the best one before I show you the attachments to it and how to put them on and all that stuff. There's also a creative mode, which is infinite charge, which requires no energy usage, and it's right there. But armor one. Oh, not armor one. This resident one is the most expensive of them all, but it is the best one of them all. So you can either use a redstone jetpack or just another leather strap. But it requires redstone flux capacitor, a resident redstone flux capacitor. And then it requires inderium ingots right there, if I can speak. And you have to have a magnetic dynamo with a few electric gears and some other things. But you're not here for the recipe. You're here for the light. Ah! See, as you see here, it's also much faster and much easier. This is a very easy mod. It's not complicated at all. Like the default, you feel like if you're gonna fly, you're just gonna hold down space. It's very simple. It's not complicated at all whatsoever. And you basically fly for a very long time with this jetpack too. It's not, there's a couple of jetpacks in the other games, but this one is the simpler of them all. That's why they call it Simply Jetpacks. It is not anything else special about them. But I'm falling down. I'm eating a pork chop. No. Oh wait, I have a jetpack still. Hey, I've got from 1,000 blocks up, and I landed here safely. But yeah, that's the typical thing that you're probably going to use. Now let's say you're going to go into a dungeon and you're going to have this jetpack, and you're going to end up having, like, say, oh, I need a chest plate or something. Wait, there's something they can add to it that actually adds armor pieces to it, to yourself and to the jetpack itself, that doesn't affect you. Well, let's see if we click on one of these. Well, all these jetpacks here I'm going to bring here, and I'm going to set up on my hotbar here, or my inventory here really quick. All these have armor set that you could go to, and it's simple basically. So one thing, there's iron plating, tinker alloy iron, if I could speak, tinker alloy armor plating, invar armor plating, and inderium armor plating. So I didn't click on one of them, but it goes like so. As you see right there, it goes in order. But thing is, you can't just put them on a crafting table. What's up with that? Well, right here, I'm going to show you guys how to equip armor to your jetpacks. You have to crouch. You hear a dinging sound like a hammer, like if you were using an anvil, and it will use only one of these platings per thing. So you can't just say I want to use resonant jetpack with iron plating. So and to disassemble it from the armor from your jetpack, just by clicking again while crouching, or right clicking while crouching, it will disassemble it. So it requires only one of these platings to create a whole armor on it. So let's see how to make these, shall we? So these right here, it's just an iron going through the center, like this formation here, with some tinker or tin ingots from any kind of mod. Basically, if I go to here, if I find R, you have to actually go to an induction smelter now, and you have to put the iron plating with 10 of whatever bronze there is here into there. So you can use IC2 thermal expansion. You don't have to have a any type of other mods, so it's good. Moving on to the next one, you have to of course have the Tinker's alloy armor to go up from that, but you have to put 10 invar ingots, which invar is not very hard to make, so there you go. Finally, for the last one, the Enderium armor plating, which is the most expensive of them all and kind of hard to get, which requires to have 10 of those, and plus Invar armor plating to do that. But once again, the reason why I say this is the hardest one of them all to make is by, if I go here, you have to have Enderium blend with Perithium dust, which Enderium blend requires a resident ender bucket, which requires like a couple ender pearls and a couple iron just to make the bucket, and then you should watch my thing from. So anyways, so once again, all these get one of each of them, and if I take them away, alright, so if I equipped each of them, as you see, this one has 2.5 bars, and also has that fancy look, plus the jetpack added to the back of it. So it just basically takes the vanilla one away. So next one, basically just bronze armor. It looks fancy. And the next one is Invar armor with redstone jetpack. I look good. And there's also, I believe there's also Invar armor sets, armor sets for both these, so you can just wear a full set and it'll probably look as cool. And finally, the resident ender, jetpack. I keep calling it resident ender because it's basically like me. So as you see, it doesn't really affect you, so nothing really affects your flying ability. But if you don't want to have armor sets, and plus all these, I don't think any of these are good as diamond armor. Let me just give it a check. There it is, diamond chest plate. Yeah, the resident one is the same thing as a diamond, so it's kind of equivalent to a diamond. So let me just go over here. I just want to make sure if I'm correct about if all these have their own armor sets. No, not the resident one, but you can wear diamond armor and probably work as well to have full. Yeah, so yeah, that is practically it. You can see here, I forgot to show you guys the thing. Oh, yeah, so you can move as when you're hovering still. Hover. So I think that is basically it. This is just simply jetpacks. It's it's practically simply just about jetpacks. And once again, it does require a thermal expansion to be able to have it. So you have to have a thermal expansion, and of course you have to have the materials. So you basically have to play thermal expansion as you're playing with the Simply Jetpacks. You can't just get them with just a Simply Jetpack. So if I go over here, jetpack. There's also other ones, but where this came, we all got this. Alright, so this is finally the last one, the creative one, which is kind of cheaty. Yeah, which of course you don't fall at all unless you crouch. See, it looks like look how I'm farting fire. And this is explosive diarrhea, if I ever seen one. But yeah, that's practically it, guys. So that'll be it for today, guys. So if you like this, if you like this mod, and yeah, I believe it's already in my mod pack. I'm forgetting what's on there. But if you want to have this for your own, like to play on your Minecraft world, and you don't have it, and you have to have thermal expansion with it, I'll link both of them in the description down below, so you guys could go check them out, which you guys should. Come on, guys, it's jetpacks that are simple, and it's just simply jetpacks. I wanted to see what happens if I'm on creative mode with one. Come on, work. Yay, fireworks. Alright guys, ooh, gives me a poisonous potato. Yay. But anyways guys, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye. Villagers floating in midair.